What's up, guys? Back with another video. Same thing as always, 3 records I'm going to show you guys from my collection. Today we got a French black metal split that's super legendary. I assume that most of y'all have heard it, but it's definitely some top-notch stuff from the 90s. Then I got a Blackened Noise type band, doom metal too. It has those influence. And also I have a Norwegian black metal band that probably everyone knows. I recorded a video last night and I'm just like, I don't like it. I feel like I have to be in a certain mood to record videos and not be too critical on them because I don't know, like sometimes I'm just like, don't like it. Maybe it's all in my head, but I try to make sure the videos are not too, I don't know, maybe just not too lame. That's all I can really say, but we'll get to it. The first record is, like I said, well, I didn't say this, but it's a Blackened Doom Noise type band. It is Primitive Man, and this is signed by the whole lineup. Right there, I think it's 7 tracks, about, give or take. Yeah, 7 tracks. Like I said, signed by the whole band. I got it signed when I saw them live. I think it was like September 2023. Crowbar was headlining, and then there was some local sludge band, and then Primitive Man played between them. And when I tell you that was the loudest fucking set I've ever been to, it really was. I was right up front, and I'm sure I have videos of it still, but yeah, that set was fucking loud. I remember even after Crowbar, when they finished off the show, I went to go talk to Kirk real quick, and dude, my fucking ears were still ringing, and I probably made myself look stupid in front of the dude. What's his name? I said Kirk, but I don't think that's his name, right? The main dude behind Crowbar. Went up to him. I have a signed set list. I got to talk to him for a second. I feel like I came off rude as fuck. It's like I couldn't hear myself talking. I could barely hear him, and he seemed really annoyed with me because I feel like I just blurted out, "Can you sign my set list?" or whatever. And I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't in a good mood, but like I said, I could not hear myself talking, and I still had that ringing fucking sound. And yeah, but their set was fucking killer. I'm glad I can say I've seen Primitive Man at least once. I definitely see them again. Yeah, so you got tracks like Scorn, I Can't Forget, which are ones I like, Stretch Chin, and yeah, the album cover is really fucking cool too. Love the color scheme, the album cover, and all that. What else can I say about this band? Yeah, actually, I have checked out some of their other stuff. I need to revisit it, but so far, this is definitely my favorite. Their first album. I'll show you guys the variant. It's pretty cool. It's from Relapse Records, obviously, and Relapse makes some cool colors for LPs. Little mix of brown, black, white, and all that. Pretty cool stuff. Definitely need to listen to this album again. I don't think I've listened to it in a little, but fucking Primitive Man. Definitely big flex to get it all signed by the band. And like I saw them in Miami, and it's like, they probably don't go to Miami that often. I mean, now I'm in Georgia. I don't know how often they come to Atlanta, but yeah, I saw them in Miami, and Crowbar was sick as fuck too. I remember I was gonna try to buy a Crowbar record, but they didn't have, I don't think they had really any merch at the time. Might have had like CDs and stuff, but I'm not much of a CD collector, but fucking Primitive Man. And we'll get to the next record. So the next record is a Norwegian band, true Norwegian black metal. It is Take's third full length, Hordalands Doskavad, if I'm saying that right. I don't even want to try to say that again, but picture this right here. I remember I found this on eBay like 4 or 5 years ago for like 40-50 bucks. You guys a better look. Right there, got album cover, and then you got all the band members on the back, right? Yeah, all the band members on the back. Yeah, I think Take is still a good band nowadays. I have the most recent full length from 2023, I think. That's a really good album. Yeah, I haven't heard every Take album, but I know this is a lot of people's favorite album. I've heard the first album super fucking good too. The first song on the first album, yeah, that song might be overplayed. It might be, you know, one of the more popular Take songs, but I personally fucking love that song and the whole album. Yeah, it's definitely say the first three Take albums are hitters. Yeah, definitely need to check out more of Host's Disco. So eventually I'll get to that. But yeah, this album, you got 7 tracks. The first 2 songs are really good. Last song is one of my favorites. Yeah, I mean, really all the albums are relatively good. But would love to see Host or Take do a U.S. tour one of these days. I know I think this was like 2018, his last tour was shut down. Or I know some rapper at some venue in like Kansas or some shit was like, I don't want a Nazi playing at the same venue as me. And, you know, people were making an uproar about a bunch of nothing, but I think if we can get Graveland, Infernal War, and bands like that, you know, which I'm not going to say those bands have any political affiliation nowadays, but they're more leaning towards that side in terms of what they've done in the past versus, you know, Take. As far as what Host has done, like, I feel like he was being edgy at some show in Germany and performed with, like, a swastika on his stomach or something, which, you know, that it's literally underground extreme music. You're supposed to push buttons. I mean, I'm sure this has all been said before, but I feel like that is not something that should keep you away from multiple countries because, you know, it's fucking Take. It's just a Norwegian black metal band. But yeah, this might be my favorite album by him, but I need to hear the rest of his albums. But, you know, Hordaland's Doshkavad. And I think this has a few hundred copies of this. I know when this was pressed, there was like 50 to 100 with a cover and a picture disc. And then there's a little more press that was just in a case like this. So probably a good 300 to 500 copies of this. So yeah, Take, Hordaland's Doshkavad. And the next album is the legendary French black metal split. I think this was also pressed in 2023. So yeah, all these albums I got around 2023. I remember I got it around my birthday that year. I think it was like early October. They hit Hell's Headbangers. They were pressed by Drakkar, I think. Yeah, Drakkar. Yeah, we'll get to it. It is Vlad Tepes and Belkacary, if I'm pronouncing that right. That split right there. Double LP, good amount of songs. Yeah, Les Legionnaires, that's definitely some of the coolest, most interesting bands of 90s French scene. We got a little paragraph, maybe I can read it. If we had to be something for Jesus Christ, we would be its last breath. If we had to be something for mankind, its shameful creation, we wouldn't even accept to be its memory. If we had something for this world, we would be its last twilight and an irreversible twilight. But all of them know the way of their own end, and we are just here to prevent them from straying from it. So yeah, typical nihilistic Les Legionnaires. I think these are lyrics right here. No, just another paragraph. No, there's something else I wanted to read that's really cool. Oh yeah, the Black Legions totally support everything that makes humanity suffer, disappear, war, genocide, epidemics, etc. Awaiting the Black Holocaust, let it be known. Right there. I don't think I've read a lot of this in a while, but yeah, and then you got the infamous Les Legionnaires symbol right there. I don't know if you consider it a cult or, you know, a black metal organization, but I always think it's cool. You know, when I first got into black metal like 6 years ago, you'd learn about all this lore behind all these different bands and all these organizations and stuff like that. You know, it's just part of what makes black metal so fun and interesting to listen to. But yeah, Les Legionnaires right here, and like I said, it's a double LP. You got I can show you guys each, just a black LP. We got the Belkacary, however you pronounce that side right there. Those very raw, grimy production. Blast beats sound crazy. It might be a drum machine, I don't really know. But yeah, Belkacary side's fucking gnarly, super fast. And then you have the Vlad Tepes side right here, which is real fucking, I mean, it's just kind of like an extension of Mutilation, maybe a little different, but side is really good. Probably like the Vlad side a little better, but both sides, like I said, are killer, and that's why it's one of the most, you know, awesome 90s French black metal splits. I'm super glad it got pressed a couple years ago. I hope to see more Vlad Tepes stuff get pressed again. I have another LP by that. I feel like a lot of it has been pressed in a little while, but yeah, hope to see more from Les Legionnaires and all that. There's some other bands I like there, but can't think of the name off the top of my head. But yeah, Les fucking Legionnaires. Definitely check out that group if you have it. All the bands that were associated with it. Super raw, super awesome fucking stuff. So yeah, that's how I'll wrap it up. Those 3 records are what I chose, and definitely gonna make another video real soon. So hope you guys watch.